In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the gem loader tool that comes with the jewelry kit that I make for Rhino. We'll start off by clicking on the gem loader tool, and we'll get a preview gem and also the gem loader window. The first setting in the gem loader window is the type, and there are three types to choose from: fancy, simple, which is just a kind of a simplified look to it, and cabochon. The next setting is the shape. When cabochon is chosen, there are only 10 shapes, and for the other two, for fancy and simple, there are 19 shapes but 20 options, and that's because princess and square are actually the same shape. So I just call it two different things because I think some people might call the princess cut square, and some people might call the square princess cut. So I made that two different ways to select that same shape. Okay, we'll look at it in fancy and simple. So simple is just simplified. If you have the pro version of the kit, you will have access to all 19 shapes in the fancy style, but you only have access to 3 shapes in the free version of the kit. And those 3 shapes are round, oval, and emerald. The free version also only has these 3 shapes for the cabochon type as well. However, you can still use the free kit and access all of the shapes. You just have to switch to the simple style. Okay, so you'll have all 19 shapes or all 20 options available to you in the free kit if you use the simple type. Okay, so that way you can still make all of the shapes, make settings for all the shapes, even with the free kit. Okay, I'm going to switch back to fancy and round, and we'll look at some of the other settings. Actually, I will switch to fancy and oval. Alright, so the next settings then are width, length, and height, and you don't have to fill all of them in. By default, all of the gems will be 10 millimeters wide, but you can change the width. So say we want this to be 5 millimeters wide. Any setting that you leave blank will receive a default proportion to whatever settings that you fill in. Okay, so let's say you wanted this to be 8 millimeters long, so that stretches it out a little bit, but it still has a proportional height. But then you can change that too if you want to. Okay, so probably for most gems you're gonna fill in just the width and the length. But if you have the actual gem with you, you can also measure its height and fill in the height. Once you're happy with the gem, you can click on Finalize, and it will become part of the Rhino document. If we look over at the Layers tab, it will create a gems layer, which you can turn off and on. All right, and that is how you use the gem loader tool that comes with the jewelry kit that I make for Rhino.